Okay, so we are starting Uddhava Gita. This is chapter 9. We had completed till verse 16. So we are going to do verse 17 onwards. If you recollect, yesterday we were talking about that Krishna takes the dust from the feet of the devotees. Now, who are these devotees? They are the sages, saints, gurus, all the people who are very much devoted to him. So we are now going to understand how these devotees are and how devotion helps to overcome the mind. Okay. So we are doing Uddhava Gita, chapter 9. High-souled sages, verse 17. High-souled sages, penniless, devoted to me, and unsmitten by desires, calm and compassionate, to all creatures, derive the bliss of mind which they only know who cares for no gain and not others. These devotees of mine, like we discussed the devotees yesterday, we are talking about the same devotees. They are very pure, but they have no money. They are absolutely poor. The devotees of Krishna, they are not that well off. If you have seen some of the greatest devotees of Krishna in ancient times and the current times also, they are not those very rich kind of a people. They are very poor. And they are devoted to me and unsmitten by desires. They don't have any desires of any kind. Now, what is this desire? We have discussed this umpteen number of times. Now, let me talk about the desires of the devotee. I have seen some very, very rich devotees, very rich. They will go to the extent of putting on some of the grandest shows for Krishna's celebration. Clothes which are designer wear. That small image of Krishna which they have, even that requires designer wear garments. They will put mukut, they will put all kinds of different stuff on the image of Krishna. They will have a grand celebration. His birthday will be done in such a lavish manner that they will have a jhula and they will make him born, over there at the time of Janmashtami. And it's a grand celebration. Let me assure you, they are not devotees. These people are not devotees. They are only arrogant, rich, egoistic people who just want to show off. A true devotee is actually penniless. Does it mean that the rich devotee doesn't rich devotee? Does he get Krishna? I can tell you for sure, no, he doesn't. Krishna is not interested in seeing the richness of a person. There is a very beautiful story where the two wives of Krishna are pitted against each other in trying to show how much they love Krishna. So in the Tulabharna that is going on, Tulabharna is a session where you put a very big scale and the person will sit on one side and on the other side you put the stuff which you want to donate. So Krishna's second wife Satyabhama, she is ego and arrogant personified. She brings all the jewels, gold, this, that, all the great stuff, and she puts it on one side. Even after putting in a lot of it, still Krishna's side is down and this is still up. Now the more she puts in, the more it becomes heavier on Krishna's side. Krishna doesn't rise. Please understand, you have to give equivalent amount of stuff so that you can balance it out. Finally, she's very upset. She says, I don't know what is to be done. Now, Rukmini is there. So she says, let me go and ask Rukmini what is to be done. Rukmini says, Krishna can never be bought by gold or riches in this world. The dearest to Krishna, they just offer him the simplest thing on earth. So kindly do not try to buy him by bringing all this rich stuff. So can you please take out all the gold and the jewelry and the diamonds that you have put over there and just put one leaf of tulsi over there. And Satyabhama then removes all the gold and jewelry that she has put over there and puts a leaf of tulsi on the other side, and the leaf becomes heavier. This will just go to prove that Krishna is not interested in wearing fancy clothes which are given by people or jewelry or anything like that. He is the Lord of this universe. Why does he want from, people like these rich, arrogant people? He doesn't want them. As Vishnu, he is married to Lakshmi. Why should he take from somebody else? He is the master of the wealth in this world. He doesn't need it. So this is the truth. So whom does he care for? Krishna is only bothered about the penniless sages, those who are devoted to him. They have no desires whatsoever. When you go to Pandharpur and you see the Varkaris over there, they come from the poorest of the poor families. They walk the entire distance from their village, hundreds and hundreds of kilometers away. They will walk with the simplest of the clothes. They will carry one tokri on their head, and that is all. Maybe nowadays they may be carrying a small bag. And they will come and they will visit Pandharpur. They stay there for 2-3 months, or rather 4 months. And when they stay over there, they are staying in a very, very simple manner. They put up small tents and they stay over there. So the Lord is interested only in these kind of high-souled devotees who have no desire whatsoever. They don't even have any simple desires. Whatever food that they get to eat, they will eat that. The way they are living, they will live like that. They stay in very, very simple circumstances. They are always calm. They are not searching for anything beyond Krishna. So these people are very, very calm. They are compassionate to all creatures. Even if they see a dog coming over there, they will feed the dog. This is what happened in the past, where there are stories where before taking the meal, the dog appears over there, dog or one of the creatures, it appears. And these sages, these great souled ones, devotees, they will feed the dog first because they see God in everything. They derive that bliss of mind which they only know who cares for no gain, not others. These devotees of mine are only taking all the pleasure from me, from Krishna alone. They are so much lost and intoxicated by him that the only pleasure of theirs is Krishna's name. The thought of Krishna is all that they are having. And that is the reason why they are called these high soul sages. Verse 18. Even a devotee of mine who is not being a master of his senses, is troubled by sense objects, is generally not overcome by them, owing to this powerful devotion. Now, a mind is a very, very powerful tool for all humankind. We have to use the mind in the material world. To solve the issues on daily life, we have to take them up with our mind, solve these issues. That is why the mind has been given to us. But normally, the objects which are given to us for use are misused. Human beings love to misuse this. What do? They will start thinking about things which are beyond their control. Now, someone asked me a question. What am I to do if people come to me with their problems? First, try to understand, are you qualified to solve the problem? There are world problems. Problems like these viruses that are coming in, the infrastructure problems, the problems connected with poverty in this world, and so on and so forth. There are so many problems that need to be addressed. First, are you qualified to solve these world problems? Are you authorized at least? If you are not authorized, why are you poking your nose over there? So if you think that you can solve the world hunger issue or the world economic problem, are you actually qualified for that? What happened? Crashed. It's okay, what can you do? So these world issues, they cannot be sorted out by an individual if he doesn't have the authority. Today, if you see, the World Health Organization director is giving every day, he is talking about how many things are, what are the problems that are happening in this world. He is qualified enough to talk like that. But if you are some ordinary mortal who is sitting at home and has nothing else to do and just wants to jabber, jabber, jabber and try to solve problems, you are not qualified. I am not qualified to even build, anything. So if somebody says we have to build dams, or we have to build waterways, or we have to build roads, or we have to build huge infrastructure things, I don't think I'm qualified enough. So if I have not been given and if I am not anointed by the Lord, who am I to solve these issues? I can just watch them. But I have been given a specific job. In my case, my job is to teach like this. I'm doing satsangs. And that is all I'm qualified for. I am not here to solve world problems. So in answer to this person, I said, you see, please understand one thing. You have not solved your life problems. You can't even solve a stupid problem of your own. And you're trying to save the world? I mean, think about it. You can only be given the baton if you can solve your issues first. So first solve your problems. Then the people who are very close, near and dear ones, their problems. And then if you are qualified, go to the next level. Did you get it? The idea that you are thinking, oh my God, there are so many issues. Yeah, you have the power to think because of that stupid mind. You see, you are misusing the mind. It is like a village panchayat sarpanch is trying to solve the all India problem. I don't think that can be done. You are a sarpanch of a village or a tehsildar or a district member. Why not solve the problems connected to your district? What makes you think that you can solve your state problems or the country's issues or the world's problems? Yeah. So the one thing which you need to understand is you see in your own thali, in the food, in the plate that is in front of you, and solve your issues and then try to solve the other bigger issues if you are qualified. Even in life, haven't we seen this is how you grow in your life? You don't suddenly become the managing director or the CEO of a company unless and until your father owns the company. Otherwise, you are not allowed. You see, you have to rise in your career slowly, slowly, step by step, step by step, step by step. So the mind is a very, very important tool. Go stepwise. Don't try to jump. Solve the issues connected at home. Now, what is Krishna talking about the mind over here? Mind is a literally like a mercurial one. Have you seen mercury? You can't catch it. Put it in your hand and see. If you try to catch it, it will run here or there. So don't try to catch the mind. What you can do simply is, in the case of devotion, just be lost in the Lord. If you have completely become a devotee of the Lord, Krishna says, these problems, these mind and these senses which are troubling you, the senses and the mind are going to trouble you. This is a known fact. Disturbances are too many in this world. It is just not on a global scale, it is on a small scale also. Today, in today's day and age, let us say we are sitting at home, confined in our own house, and if you don't get even milk, do you know how tough it is? How do you get milk? How do you get rice? How do you get vegetables? Can you solve your issue? So first solve that. So are you not troubled by your mind and senses? See, this is the truth. solve your own issues, which are very small, and then try to tackle the bigger issues. All right? Get qualified. So, even a devotee of mine who is not being a master of his senses is troubled by sense objects. He is also troubled by sense objects. Now you may say, I don't have too many problems. Well, if you don't have too many problems, why is it difficult even to attend my satsang? You cannot get up in time. You cannot reach this place in time. You cannot do stuff in time. You procrastinate. You keep on getting, late and late in your life. What makes you think that you are qualified to solve bigger issues? And the senses, are they not troubling you? You see, the alarm wakes you up, but you still want to snooze. Why do you want to snooze? That is not right. Why do you procrastinate? Why can you not solve your little issues? So he says, the problems which are generally not overcome, connected to the sense objects by the senses and the mind, my devotee is qualified to overcome them. All because of his powerful devotion. Got it? It's because he is such a powerful devotee of mine, I will help him in overcoming these minor issues. We are doing verse 19 from Uddhava Gita, chapter 9. As fire kindled into a blaze burns the faggots to ashes, so, O Uddhava, devotion to me totally destroys all sins. When you are the highest devotee of the Lord, there is no need of even reaching the state of realization. Understand, when a person gets realized, all his past karmas gets wiped out. You know this. Those who are following the path of self-realization, all their karma comes to an end when they get realized. Here Krishna is talking about when you are becoming my devotee, the highest of the devotee. What do? I ensure that all your karma, all the sins that you have created in your past and your this life, I will ensure you that these get completely destroyed. How do they get destroyed? When you have submitted to me, completely surrendered to me, do you even have an ego or a mind? You never say that I have a problem, correct? It is because you have a mind and an ego, you will say, I have issues, I have problems, my mind is upset, I am not going to do this, I don't get this food to eat. All these things are troubling you. But for the devotee, he has sublimated his mind. There is no ego anywhere. Everything he has surrendered to Krishna. You see, even some of the greatest devotees of the Lord, when they are in that intoxicated state, they do not even remember that there are no clothes on their body. Their body, the clothes from their body just fall off. They are not conscious of the body also. Human beings are so much conscious of what they wear, how they dress. Even if they have to go to the temple, they will do makeup, they will wear the best of the clothes, and they will go. But a true devotee is not even concerned with that. He is totally engrossed in the Lord. So it really doesn't matter to him because he is not awake consciously. He submitted his will to the Lord. And the Lord is using him like a puppet, marionette. So they have no control over themselves. They are lost in ecstasy. They have absolutely no understanding of what is happening around them. So for such a devotee of the Lord, whatever that he does in this world, it is done by the puppeteer. You see, even if they are moving their hands, you remember the puppeteer is doing it, not them. So do you think that the puppets can, perform any sins? No. When you have surrendered to the Lord, when you do not have any ego of any kind, you know your hands and legs and the entire body is moved by the great puppeteer, by Krishna himself. Where is the question of your mind coming into play? Where is the question of what you see, what you feel, what you touch? There is nothing there. Because even our senses are under the control of the Lord. There is a very beautiful story. Now, this is written by Munshi Premchand long ago. This is about chess players. You know chess players? So there was this great kingdom in central India, and there were two great chess players. They were so much involved and engrossed in their game. Every day, now this person was a Nawab, a very rich man. He owned properties. And there was this other person who was his friend. So that they had to play peacefully, they would go into the jungles and then play. So one day when they are playing this chess, suddenly one of the players, the friend of Nawab, he looks up and he says, "You see, the British army is passing by." So the other person says to him, "Don't bother about it. You mind your king or queen, whatever." And they are trying to save each other, trying to save that coin over there, that king or queen or whatever. Meanwhile, the British Empire has sent the forces and captured their entire kingdom. So a person who is so engrossed can lose his kingdom also. If this story can tell you that your mind, if it is engrossed in a particular subject, you can lose your kingdom, reverse the story out and think about it. If your mind and yourself and your ego and you're completely surrendered to Krishna, the world is lost to you completely. You don't have to bother about the world. Krishna, who is watching the world, he will take charge of it. So this is what he says. As fire kindled into a blaze burns the faggots to ashes, O Uddhava, devotion to me totally destroys all sins. I take care that your sins are completely wiped out. So I hope you understood that. So we are moving to the next verse. This is Uddhava Gita, chapter 9, verse 20, the last message of Sri Krishna. O Uddhava, neither yoga, nor knowledge, nor piety, nor study, nor austerity, nor renunciation captivates me so much as a heightened devotion to me. This is a verse everybody should remember. You can do whatever you wish to. Here he says, you can earn the highest of the knowledge. That means you can become a Sankhya yogi, reaching Brahmanyana. You can be a Brahmanyani. You can be the most pious person in the world. Everything is piety. You are so much used to saving the world, trying to do good to people, donating to charity, being kind to everybody, everything taken into consideration. You can study the greatest of the scriptures also. You can perform the highest of the austerities. You can do the greatest of the renunciation also. I have given up this world for you, Krishna. What does Krishna say? Krishna says, all these things, they don't captivate me as much. You can perform the highest of the yoga also. There are different kinds of yoga. Yoga means union with God, right? So what are the different kinds of yogas that are there in this world? Krishna himself describes three of them. The first one is Sankhya, the second one is Karma, the third one, though he has not described it clearly, but people assume it, it is called the Raj Yoga, and the fourth one is the Bhakti. We are talking about the Bhakti Marg over here. He says you can try whichever yoga you want. You can go to Tantra, Mantra, Jantra, whatever you want, you can try that. But it doesn't captivate me at all. I am not even interested in it. You can say, I have donated my charity to the poorest, I have given away 500 crores. I have given 25 crores for coronavirus. It doesn't interest me. Because who has created this virus? I only have created. Okay? So if you think you have given 25 crores or 500 crores or 1000 crores or $1 billion, what are you doing? Did you get that point? I am not happy with what you are doing. You think you are doing some great shakes? If I want to remove the virus, I can just blow on it and it will go away. But there is a reason for all these things. Why does he create this kind of situations? There are very deeper reasons. In the beginning I said, if you are here to solve the world problems, then you have to be appointed for that. If you are appointed for that, you solve the problem. It is like Donald Trump zipping, these are great people who have been elected, selected or whatever. They are there to solve those problems. We can just little contribution we can do. We are not here to solve their issues. They have the power, they have the money, they have the wherewithal to do that. They will solve it. They are anointed. We are small people. We cannot think like that. We don't have $1 billion. And if you have given some crore rupees towards this fund, what is the big deal? When you earn 500 crores and you have given 1 crore, it's nothing, isn't it? Even in the Christian Bible, it is written you need to give 10% to charity. Isn't it written? When you are earning, say, 1 million, 10% of it. What is 10% of it? 100,000. That you can give. That you are supposed to be entitled to give. And you are supposed to give. You give that much. That is perfect. But, oh, I want my name in the newspaper. I am going to give 1 crore rupees. I am going to give 5 crore rupees. After earning so much, you are giving a little penny over there. You think Krishna is going to be happy with you? And nobody is going to be happy with you. Okay? It's not a big deal. What did he say? I want you as my devotee and you have to become penniless. So anybody who is giving crores and millions and billions and all, do you think they are devotees? I just now gave you a definition of the devotee. A devotee is penniless. So what is Krishna saying over here? Whatever else you do, you can perform yogas, you can do headstands, you can be standing on one leg for 1,000 years, it doesn't make a difference. But I can tell you one thing. You see, Shivji is the easiest to get. Prayer to Shiva, because he is called Bholenath. Bholenath's prayers are very simple and very easy to attain. You can do like this. But for his own wife, she had to do standing on one leg for 10,000 years. Okay, so there also is a little bit tough. So devotion to Shiva is easy. Devotion to Krishna is you have to become completely nanga, naked. You see, no money, nothing, nothing, nothing. Here he says, if you do yoga, if you try to gain knowledge, you do your study, you do your piety, you do your austerity, you do your renunciation, nothing captivates me as much as the heightened devotion to me. When you are my devotee, I am the one who is literally going to pour my love in you. Devotion is the only thing. So we are doing chapter 9 from the Uddhava Gita, verse 21 now. I, the dear self of the pious, am attainable by devotion alone, which is the outcome of faith. The devotion to me purges even outcasts of their congenial impurity. Qualification of devotion is the word faith. You see, in our world, we don't get to see Krishna, or we don't have Krishna in our life because we don't know where he lives also, isn't it? What is the via media for Krishna? The via media for Krishna is the Guru. There are some fortunate people in this world who have a Guru. And when they have the Guru, if the Guru says, sit down there, I will sit after 5 minutes. I have some work to do right now. What does faith mean? Whatever may happen, do that right away. If Krishna says, the sun, okay, Krishna, he says, I am going to change, the sun coming from east, I will put it on the west side. But the next morning you see it coming from the east. Are you going to question him? You see, faith means what? Faith is this, that if your Guru says that the sun is going to come from the west also, don't question him. Don't question him at all. Just trust and have that faith. Yes, the sun comes from the west, even if it appears in the east. Do you know this is called the ultimate faith? The faith is normally tested constantly. Actually, it's constantly tested by the Guru. He does continuous tests. Let us look at these tests which come about. The Guru will give some kind of a silly work to do. He will say, here, take this thing. Can you count the number of grains that are there in this 1 kilo of rice? You know, the person will say, why does he want to know all that? I mean, is it useful? He tries to exploit himself. He's trying to exploit me by saying, I am supposed to, count the grains. He's exploiting me. So to just humor that person, you know what they will do? They'll take a few grains and they will say, oh, in 5 grams there are 200 grains. So in 1 kilo there will be how many grains? They will do one calculator and tick, 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 tick. Oh, so many grains. They have not even done the task. There is a reason why he tells these specific things. And that is called faith. If he tells you, go kneel down over there is a reason why he says so. A faith is a very, very powerful tool. Remember this. And faith has no qualifier. There is nothing like, oh, I am going to get faith. See what he says. Nobody can get faith, Faith is to be established there itself. Blind, absolutely blind. People in the material world will say, you cannot have blind faith in somebody. If I don't want you to have any trouble in your life, I will make provisions so that you don't get into trouble. Today, when there is no funds coming in from anywhere, how do I give something to someone? So what happens? That object becomes free. It will come freely to you. But if you raise a doubt, D-O-U-B-T, the doubt is the word which destroys faith. So don't even doubt even for a moment. People have this idea that they keep on asking me the same question 10,000 times. Easy, when I say 10,000 times, actually it doesn't mean 10,000 times. They will keep on asking me the same question in a different way. Answer is same. If you have been told something, that is the answer. Why do you have to doubt that answer? The moment a doubt comes, your faith has gone out of the window. If faith has gone out of the window, please understand there is no devotion left anywhere. Then you are no longer a devotee. That is the reason why, what does he say? I, the dear self of the pious, am attainable by devotion alone, which is the outcome of faith. So when you have faith, the outcome is that. So faith is first, devotion comes next. But faith is number 1. Number 2 is called surrender of the will. Number 3 is called unconditional love. And the number 4 is called single pointed devotion. It goes in that order. First is faith. Always remember this. Don't cross question. The moment you question, it is called the doubt. So if I say, don't drink that water. But Guruji, I am very thirsty. There is no water around over here. Can I drink that water? You drink it later on. The person never understands. They think that Guruji is talking casually. If you think I talk casually, you are mistaken. I never speak casually. There are very deeper meanings in what I speak. So Krishna is also saying the same thing. First you develop that faith. That faith has to be there. It's only when you have faith that devotion will pour in. But if you think you are a devotee, I have surrendered to Krishna. I did not tell you about those egoistic maniacs in the beginning who want to, put so much of gold on Krishna. Satyabhama will never get Krishna. Rukmini will get. Because she understands what is devotion. There is no arrogance or ego in her. Why do some people get Krishna? You understand why do they get? There are people like Sridama, Sudama, they are there, no, in his life or no? There are lots of people whom he is supposed to meet them. He may stay with them. Isn't it? Yashoda, he stayed with her. Then he stayed with his grandfather. And then he stayed with his wives. And sometimes he would stay with some other person. Why would he do that? Because he has to fulfill that much amount of promises from the last life. Somewhere down the line, he has done something. They have done something for which they are getting benefited. But the true devotee who is completely surrendered to him has 100% faith in him. I hope you remember that I am extending this till 7:30. I have told you all yesterday also that Saturday, Sunday, because of coronavirus, I have extended it because any which way you are doing nothing. I mean, I don't know. Even flies you cannot catch because flies are supposed to even spread that virus. So don't catch flies also. So coming back to our story. So first you need to have faith. Then you have to surrender to his will. Third, you have to have unconditional love. And fourth one is called single pointed devotion. These are the 4 words you need to remember in this order only. Don't try to say, I have devotion, so faith will come to me. No. Faith is number 1. Surrendering to his will. If he says, go jump in the well, Krishna says like that. Jump in the well. You want to know a story about that jumping in the well? Yeah. So you see, Sai Baba. You have heard of Sai Baba. Sai Baba of Shirdi, he has gone to the jungle along with 3 other friends of his. They are searching for a guru. They meet this guy in the middle of the jungle at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. He is a poor farmer, Now in the jungle you meet this guy. So he asks, well, where are you all going? So they say, all 4 of these say, that we are looking for our guru. So he says, it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Please have some lunch and then go. No, you don't understand. It is very important first to find the guru. 3 of them go away. Sai Baba says, okay. Now Sai Baba is not Sai Baba at that time. So he stays over there, and rather he also goes, and then he thinks about it and comes back. So when he comes back to this person, he says, okay, you get some food to eat. And he eats that food. When Sai Baba eats the food, he realizes, this is my guru. Because remember, Guru is the one who runs after you. If you are a devotee, remember that. He runs after you. So he has brought the food for them. And these other three idiots have not asked for it. They have gone away. Sai Baba comes and he eats the food. You know what Sai Baba says after that? When I realized he is my Guru, one of the things that he did was he hung me upside down in a well, just closely touching the water. And he kept him there for many hours. But Sai Baba had the faith. He never said, my Guru is putting me in the well. By the way, he never said he Guru. He said, this guy, he's putting me in the well. Average human beings have this habit of saying, you know, that idiot, he tries to put me in this trouble. He puts me in the well. Sai Baba is put in the well. After some time, the Guru comes and he pulls him out. You know, these are called testing your faith. The Guru deliberately does it. He tests how much faith you have. If you keep on saying, why is he doing like this to me? Why is he doing like this to me? Why is he doing like... Please understand that means you have zero faith. He is going to do more. Otherwise, you don't have a Guru-Shishya relationship. Then you think he is an average human being and you are some ordinary person who is trying to become spiritual. Don't try to become spiritual in this world. You get your ass kicked in as far as spirituality is concerned and better be ready for it. So Krishna says very clearly, devotion will only come to you if you have faith. Have 100% faith. And this faith is only that which will take you ahead. Many of you are feeling so confined in your own house. You are saying, why has God given me this? I am so confined over here. You know, I have so much to do in my life. I have got to go, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, and I'm like this. And you know, I'm so getting bored over here. Is that what it is? If you have a Guru, he is deliberately doing that. You know why? He's keeping you safe. He's keeping you safe because there are bigger jobs to be done. So don't you doubt him. So don't doubt Krishna when he does those kind of things in anybody's life. He will give you utter poverty. Don't doubt him even for a moment. He will throw you into the ocean. Don't doubt him even for a moment. He will put you through a ringer. Don't doubt him even for a moment. When you have that ultimate faith in him, let whatever happen. Have you not heard of stories where somebody has to drink the poison? She never doubted Krishna. Draupadi never doubted Krishna. She said, you are there. You have promised me you are going to take care of me. So the sari appeared, isn't it? The garment appeared. Are you in that condition today? You think you are some Draupadi or you think you are some Mirabai? First qualify yourself to that. Don't doubt. When you have the qualification, you come and ask. The qualification is called faith. Absolute faith. Otherwise, you have no right to cross-question or ask anything. Otherwise, there is no relationship there. When you have relationship with Krishna, it has to be based on the foundation of faith and a very, very strong faith. Nothing could shake. I know Krishna is putting me through this because he is just testing me. I will go through it. There is a story where the guru comes to the house of this person. The person has no food at home. So they have one ghevda. Ghevda is beans. So they have this ghevda tree outside. So the woman cooks some meal and gives him. The guru eats everything. And while going out, he just pulls out that tree from there and throws it and goes away. The man says to, my guru is greatest. He does everything for a purpose. And I am not qualified to understand the purpose why he does it. The wife keeps on abusing. He says, what kind of an idiotic guru you have? He's not a guru, he's an idiot. He has pulled away that one little thing that we had in the world. He has taken out that tree. Now what are we going to eat? And she abuses him a lot. So the man says to her, don't do that. Have faith in the guru. So he says, let me plant this again, replant this tree again. So he takes a digging equipment, and when he digs over there, it hits a gold pot of gold. The guru does things for this, so that gold reaches you, so that you get the ultimate benefit. So never doubt. So Krishna also behaves exactly like this. First he tests your faith. You need to have the ultimate in faith. Then the devotion will qualify. He says, oh, I, the dear self of the pious, am attainable by devotion alone, which is the outcome of faith. The devotion to me purges even outcasts of their congenital impurity. Even if you have material, worldly or physical defects, they will all go away. Simplest story in Krishna's life about congenital defect. You know which one? Once when he and Balrama had come to Mathura, and there was this lady who was carrying one tokri on her head. She was going to wash the clothes of the king. And she was bent in three places. She was bent literally. Old looking lady. Her name was Kubja. She couldn't earn anything otherwise. So she would wash clothes. Otherwise she was a prostitute. So Krishna tells her, can you just loan me these clothes for some time so that I can, when I go to meet the king, Kamsa, I can wear some good clothes. So she gives it to him. So when he wears these clothes, he promises her, I will come back for you. Later on, he kills Kamsa and he comes back to Kubja one day. And then what does he do? He just embraces her tightly. All her congenital defects vanish. She becomes a very beautiful young woman. She was already a young woman, but she becomes a very beautiful young woman. These are the defects which even the highest of the faith in the Lord will give you the highest of the devotion. And when these two are combined together, whatever may be the issues, they will all vanish. So we have come to the end of verse 21 from the Uddhava Gita. So I will stop over here. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. Stay indoors. And I'll see you all the coming week. Bye. Have a nice day.